Have you ever heard of a killer so elusive, he was called a phantom? A ghost who haunted a city for 14 long years? This is the chilling true story of the Chinese Jack the Ripper. Imagine this. The small industrial city of Baiyin in China's Gansu Province. From 1988 to 2002, a shadow fell over this city. A brutal killer was on the loose, targeting women, often young, often wearing red. He was meticulous, cruel, and left behind a trail of terror, but no clues to his identity. With 11 confirmed murders, the case grew colder and colder. The first victim, a 23-year-old woman, was found in 1988. Over the next decade, the attacks became more brazen, more horrifying. In 1998, he even targeted an 8-year-old girl in her own home. The police had a DNA profile, but it didn't match anyone in their national database. He was a complete ghost. Fear paralyzed the city. Women wouldn't dare walk alone. Businesses closed early. The entire rhythm of life was distorted by terror. One detective on the case recalled the immense frustration. They had DNA samples, they knew the killer's methods, but there was no face to the phantom. The descriptions were vague, an average-looking man with a quiet demeanor. They collected thousands of fingerprints, never imagining the killer was living right there among them, a seemingly ordinary neighbor, a husband, a father. Then, just as suddenly as they began, the murders stopped in 2002. The city of Baiyin breathed a cautious sigh of relief, but the scars remained. The unsolved case became a dark legend, a haunting chapter in China's criminal history. For years, it seemed the ghost of Baiyin had vanished forever, but investigators never gave up. They held on to the one thing that could unmask the phantom: science. And they waited. 14 years later, in 2016, the breakthrough they had been waiting for came from a completely unexpected direction. A distant relative of the killer was arrested for a minor crime. His DNA was routinely collected and entered into the database. And then, a ping. The system flagged a partial familial match to the DNA from those cold cases from decades ago. It was the thread they needed to finally unravel the mystery. Investigators immediately focused on the man's family, painstakingly building a family tree to pinpoint their suspect. They zeroed in on one man, Gao Chengyong. To confirm their suspicions without alerting him, they covertly collected his DNA from a cigarette butt he'd discarded. The results came back almost instantly. It was a perfect match. They had found their ghost. And who was this monster who had terrorized a city for over a decade? He was a quiet 52-year-old man who ran a small grocery store at a school. He was married with 2 grown sons who had gone on to university. He had no criminal record, a completely unremarkable life. He was the man no one would ever suspect. When police walked into his store to arrest him, Gao Chengyong reportedly confessed on the spot without any resistance. He was captured 28 years after his first murder, finally bringing an end to a 3-decade-long nightmare. His capture is a powerful testament to the relentless march of forensic technology and the unwavering dedication of law enforcement. Justice, though long delayed, had finally come to Baiyin. If you enjoy diving deep into the details, trying to connect the dots, and exercising your inner detective on stories that blur the lines between true crime and political intrigue, then you might just love what else we explore here on this channel. We have a whole community that enjoys unraveling mysteries, and sometimes a little something cozy helps set the mood for a deep dive. If you're looking for gear that fits the true crime vibe, we've put together a list of some true crime-themed merch our viewers love, perfect for your next investigation session.